Hello you guys and welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be kind of a collection of very short story times of how me and my coworkers believe my old workplace was haunted. So let's just go right into this video. So for those of you who don't know, I worked at the same place for probably like 7 years, off and on for 7 years, and I worked with a group of some of my best friends, and we had some experiences that lead us to believe that the place was haunted. And everybody who worked there, well, almost everybody who worked there thought this place was haunted. I don't know, let me know what you guys think down below. There's nothing that happened at this workplace that would lead it to be haunted. However, it's across the street from a funeral home, so we don't know. We don't know. But so the first one is, I have my list on my phone. So this place has a basement, and very few people go into the basement. So the people who do know that it is so hot. Like, you come back upstairs dripping in sweat. I used to have to wipe my face with a paper towel before going back upstairs because I was dripping in sweat. It is so hot down there. And yet there's cold spots. Cold spots. Random cold spots. They're not the same spot every time you go down there. But all of a sudden, I'd be standing at one point in the basement, and I would start to, like, I'd get, like, shivers. It would be cold. And then, like, I'd move around, come back down later, and that cold spot would be across the room. Cold spots in this boiling hot basement. Like, I don't know how to even explain that, because we didn't have air conditioning down there. We had one fan on during the summer, but that was it. I think that's it. I can't particularly remember, but, like, there was no reason for there to be a cold spot. Like, I don't know. We also always saw shadows in the basement, which is also just creepy in general, to see shadows anywhere, but we would see shadows out of the corner of our eyes, and I have 2 stories that play on that point. The first is actually my friend who was down in the basement, and she saw a shadow out of the corner of her eye. She thought somebody was there. She fully thought somebody was there, to the point she said hello and looked up and nobody was there. She was so spooked that she ran up the stairs without finishing what she was doing, and she wouldn't go back downstairs until somebody came with her, because she fully believed that there was another human being in the basement when there was not. I remember being in the basement. This is the second point, and this is my story. I remember being in the basement, and say my bed is a wall, my back was to a wall, and I was working on what I was doing facing this way, and my back was to a wall, and so, like, the basement's like this. That was a weird way to do it. The basement's like this. I was here looking this way, so I was in one of the corners, and all of a sudden I get shivers. I was shivering, and then I was still looking down, but I, like, got the shivers, and then out of the corner of my eye I saw a shadow. I looked up, I looked around, nobody down there. I finished what I was doing, because this type of stuff doesn't particularly spook me. I shouldn't say it doesn't spook me. It doesn't scare me to the point, like, my friend ran up the stairs and wouldn't go back downstairs until someone came with her. For me, I don't get that scared. I just get, like, spooked. Like, it's creepy. Like, you see somebody but nobody's there. So I just kind of just, like, I always say, like, because this is just one of the many experiences I've had down there, and just a few that, like, people that work there have down there. And me and another friend always used to say, like, hello, demon, like, hello, how are you? Like, what are you doing here? I used to always say, hello, ghost, like, hello, how are you today? Like, not today, like, I'm not in the mood. And, like, when something would happen, I would always, and it was a bad day, I would literally just stop in my tracks and be like, it's not the day, ghost, like, not the day. And then nothing else would happen. Like, literally that simple. I would just tell the ghost it's not the day, and everything would stop. Like, the cold spots, the shivering, the shadows, like, it would be done for the day. at least it's a considerate ghost, right? I don't know.
I also forgot to mention that every time I would say like hello ghost when like the first thing in the morning, like if I would acknowledge it from the get-go, like say hello ghost or hello like something along those lines, like just acknowledging it first thing in the morning when I got there or whenever my shift started, it was not as bad. Like it wasn't noticeable. There was still little things here and there, but it was not noticeable.
And then this last one. This last one's very, I don't even know, like it's hard to explain. And I don't even know if it's a ghost or if I'm just mind twisted. Like I don't know how it could possibly happen. Ghost or not, I don't know how it could possibly happen. So, where I worked was a big building. It was 2 separate buildings combined with like a doorway in between, if that makes sense. The doorways in between, when you code out for the night, like I had a key, so I would code out for the night. All of those doors had to be shut and there was a sensor. So if those doors weren't shut and like clicked shut, the sensor would tell the security system that I could not code out because there was a door open. It could be, even if it wasn't fully open, it could be cracked open and the security system still would not let me code out. I wasn't coding out this night, but I was working the morning shift the next day. So I was unlocking the building. Or maybe I wasn't even unlocking the building. I can't remember how it all worked out. But one of those doors was left open all night. You cannot close the building, like turn the security system on if one of those doors is open. It's like the main doors to the building, the doors connecting the 2 different areas of the building. Like there's many doors that can't be open, and those are one of them. And it was completely propped open. Like it was completely open, and whoever, I can't remember if it was me or if it was our manager at the time, but whoever came in and like unlocked the building that day saw the door wide open, was a little sketched out, and they had to turn the security system off. So that means the security system was on, but it shouldn't have, like the security system should not have let the security system be on with that door not being shut. Like if the person that night just forgot to shut the door, which it happens, the security system then tells you, and it gives you like a little code, like say for the front doors, it wasn't the front door, but say for the front door it would say FRT door, and then you would go and check the front door and pull it shut, whatever the case would be. So there's a code for each door, and it would have told them what door to go and shut, so they would have shut it, because the security system will not let you code out without every door being shut. If somebody was there in the middle of the night, which could happen, could happen, not that somebody would break in, but another worker, because like I said, it's like basically 2 buildings connected. Somebody on the other building could have come in earlier that morning, or whatever the case may be. If the door was open in the middle of the night, say we accidentally locked somebody in the building, which also happens, but say somebody opened that door in the middle of the night, the security system would sound off. It would start ringing the bells in the building, phone the police, and then phone our manager. That did not happen, so we can write that off. If somebody from the other side of the building came in earlier than whoever opened our side of the building that day, came in earlier, they would have had to shut the alarm system off. Without that alarm system being off, you're given a minute from the time that door is unlocked and open. You're given a minute to go in and shut the alarms off before the bells start ringing, the cops are called, and your manager is called. You are given 1 minute. So there is no way that somebody on the other side of the building could have come in and gone to their side of the building, because they're given 1 minute to shut that alarm off, and that alarm did not go off. So you can write that off. And nobody was in the building when whoever opened. I can't remember if it was me or not. I don't think it was me. I think I maybe just worked later that day and heard about this. But like, there's just no possible explanation to describe, like, to explain it away. That door had to be shut, or the alarms would have sounded. That door had to be shut, or the security system would not have let the worker code out.
Again, it's important to mention that if this door was opened in the middle of the night, like say somebody did break in and open that door, the alarms would sound off for the sensing of a person being around in the building when the alarms are set, and for the door's sensor being like opened, because the door had a sensor to be shut. So the alarm would have gone off with anybody walking around that building without turning the alarm system off. After a minute, they're given 1 minute, like I said, to shut the alarms off. So if somebody was just walking around the building, like somebody did break in, the alarms would have sounded off because we have sensors. And then when that door was pulled open, they would have, again, set the alarms off because that sensor would have been triggered on the door. Like, there's just no reason that door should have been open.
Like, I don't know how else to explain it. I hope that makes sense. There's just no possible explanation to explain that away. That door has a sensor. Like, I just don't know. And on top of that, our manager was so sketched out that they wouldn't look at the security camera, because they know that there was no possible explanation to figure out why that door was open. I wish we begged them to look at the cameras. We begged them if we could look at the cameras. Like, we didn't even need them involved. Just tell us how to get in and we'd look at the camera footage. But they were too sketched out. I don't know if they did actually, like, if they looked later on. I don't know, but there's just no explanation for that. And that is the last story about this workplace. I do have many more. I cannot remember any right now. So whenever I do remember others, or whenever I talk to my old coworkers, because none of us work there anymore, but whenever we do hang out and talk about it, I will write some down and make another video, if I have enough to make another video. So that is it for today's video, you guys. I hope you did enjoy. I post videos every single day in the month of October, so I hope you subscribe so you never miss a video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.